Hey there, welcome to the QB Show. My name is Stacy Kildall, and my co-hosts are Woody Adams and Dawn Brolin. We want to ask you guys to take a couple minutes to visit each one of our sponsors and check them out. They've been helping us bring the show to you for the last 4 years. We have Avalera.com, making sales tax less taxing. They will calculate and pay your sales tax liability and take care of all of your returns as well. We have tsheets.com. This is probably the #1 employee-rated time tracking application on the planet, if not the galaxy, and an amazing team of people behind it. We have Skyline Hosting by UniDataIT.com. This is where we host all of our QuickBooks software as well as our other software like Microsoft Office. So please take a minute and visit them, and I hope you enjoy our show.
And welcome, everyone, the QB Show. Great to have you aboard. My name is Woody Adams. I'll have Stacey Kildall. Don Brolin will eventually be on, and then we have some cool guests tonight, 2 of them, so it's going to be really fun. And it's 6:30 Central Time. Thanks for watching, and thanks for watching throughout the week. If you do, I do like to say that. We really appreciate having people listening and watching. Hopefully it's a helpful show to you. There would be no point in doing it unless you guys were involved, so I wanted to thank you for that. Though I am an Intuit employee, Intuit's not affiliated with the show, and anything I do or say, or I usually keep it in check, but you never know, right? So it's possible that Intuit does not necessarily believe the things that I do. So just wanted to say that and making sure we're cool. And but thanks for watching tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to actually see. I'm wearing a Fundera shirt.
So am I.
So is Stacy there, and she'll explain more about Fundera. And then Meredith Wood's going to be on eventually to talk about, because I think they're giving away some stuff to help us celebrate our 4th anniversary of the QB Show / Radio Free QuickBooks. So good stuff. And Don will be in shortly, and we do have some questions, but we might not even get to them because at the top of the hour, Ariege Misherghi is coming on. There's a cat, so drink something if you have it, water, what have you.
I got my vat.
Wine's fine too, yeah. And then, but Ariege Misherghi, that's what I always call her as, but anyway, is going to be on. She's a product manager over QuickBooks Online Accountant, and it's particularly the new platform that just launched on the 4th of December that we're going to migrate people to over the next 2 months. If you already currently have QBOA, and you might even gone to the webinars with Intuit Academy, and you're like, well, my QBOA doesn't look like Katie's or Stacy's or whatever, it's because we haven't migrated yet. You can't request to be migrated early. You can't ask me and I'll know when we're going to migrate you. It's just going to kind of be out there. We're going to do 80% by the end of December, then the rest in January. And this is as far as I know, but maybe we can ask that to Ariege, Stacy.
Maybe we can.
So she's on talking about QBOA, and who better, than the person who helped create that whole new platform, and I'm really excited. And what's cool about Ariege is she was on several years ago with us when she was a PM with payroll, when we purchased PayCycle, and she came over from PayCycle, and it was Intuit Online Payroll, and she was, we had her on to talk about IOP.
And what is really funny is I actually did a search on Twitter just because I wanted to. Couldn't find her on Twitter, and so I did a search on Twitter for her name. And here's what's really cool: if you go to Twitter and you do a search for her name, Ariege Misherghi. Here's Dawn coming in. She was on December 7th, 2011. So almost exactly 3 years ago, she was on to talk about payroll.
Nice.
Isn't that funny that it was December 7th? It was
3
almost
years?
exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 years. Wow. Isn't that crazy? So crazy.
That's
awesome. That was kind of cool. Hi, Dawn.
Very cool.
I got new lights on Saturday in my office, and I realized I think I'm losing hair over here with that ponytail. I'm seeing kind of a little bit of a situation. So anyway, that's good. So maybe I'll turn that light off. I got new lights. I can see it. I'm not buying readers because I can see now.
Yeah.
Okay.
My hair is thin at the top. It has been for a while.
All I know is that I actually have, I don't know that I'm losing any, but I know for a fact that if you look very closely in this area, you will see a lot of gray hair, and I have had it since I was 16. So whenever my mother used to tell me that I was giving her gray hair, I would say, yeah, you are giving me gray hair too. So it goes both ways.
Okay. So I just never noticed until it just came on, and I feel like I'm missing a whole section of my head.
Of your head?
No,
Your
it's still
whole
there.
head, not
It's
just
still
your...
I don't really have a hat in here, so maybe I'll take the ponytail out for tonight.
I think you look fabulous. I'm just going to say. It's my beautiful best friend ever.
All right,
Well,
I'm filling it in right now.
No, it's perfect.
How pretty I am.
And so, thanks for watching the QB show. Of course, we have Dawn, and then Stacy's on, and Meredith will eventually be in from Fundera to announce the winner for a gift they're giving to help celebrate the 4th anniversary. So yeah, and Ariege will be on at the top of the hour. We'll probably go at least 15, 20 minutes with that, and she'll go break down QBOA and explain everything, and we'll ask her some questions. So today
time too, Woody. You know what I mean?
What's that?
Let her take her time.
Yeah.
We don't have to hurry.
No, we got all night.
We got plenty of time.
Yeah,
I do like getting to some questions.
We only have until 10 o'clock. Listen, we only have until 10 o'clock because the reason why is because there's a cat. There's a cat. So the reason why is because we Google Hangouts is doing maintenance starting at 10 p.m. Also, for anybody who needs to know, for the whole entire show, the kitten who I need to go this way, right there, she's there. So anytime you look at that, you should just chug if you are doing the QB show drinking game because there was 2 cats. So her name is Clilly, and she's been sleeping there for close to an hour. So she'll probably just be hanging out with us all night. So anytime another cat comes in the into view, you should just finish.
I like the one at the top there, in that little platform, elevated. Is that Chloe? That's the one up there?
The black one right here? Like this one right above my head. Right. She's the newest, she's the stray, and when she's doing things wrong, we call her Shannon's cat. Because my partner Shannon Ferris is the one who found her laying almost, she was just almost dead in the road, and I brought her back to health to the tune of hundreds and hundreds of dollars, which is why she became our cat. But when she's doing things she shouldn't be doing, we refer to her as Shannon's cat. Like, what's Shannon's cat doing now? So.
That's interesting, Stacy. It's cool you have a heart for that, because I would have just spent the money on a guitar and let the cat go down the river. So good for you.
She was so cute. She could fit in my hand, and she was so sick. And
very good.
I had 3 other cats that needed another friend, and I needed that one more litter box to clean. You know how it goes. So anyway, Meredith is here.
Meredith is on from
unmute her.
Fundera. So.
Oh my goodness! Seriously.
I'm gonna
and she's got a
her.
T-shirt. She's got her T-shirt on too. Meredith, thanks for coming on the show. And I think you're unmuted now. Or Stacy, is she unmuted yet?
I can't. I think she has herself muted.
Wait.
Hello.
There you go. Now, Meredith, how's it going?
Yay! I thought it was you. You guys, you look fabulous in your shirts.
I know.
Love it.
Thank you ever so much.
Love it.
And they are. I'm just gonna say it.
Super soft.
They're soft.
Soft.
They are soft.
Yeah.
Dawn's going to need a pillowcase, a Fundera pillowcase to go with her T-sheets, so she'll have a matching set.
We can make that happen.
I love that.
Well, Meredith, we're happy that thanks for taking the time out of your night to join in the QB show. And before we get into, what the award that you guys are going to give to or announce the winner, and thank you for helping us celebrate our 4th anniversary. But can you just kind of introduce yourself to the audience, and also break down kind of what Fundera will offer small businesses and accountants?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Meredith Wood. I'm editor-in-chief at Fundera, and I'll explain a little bit more about what I do after I talk a little bit about what Fundera does. It's better to understand. So Fundera is essentially, it's a marketplace for small business loans. The way that the economy currently is, banks are simply not lending to small businesses. About 82% of small business loan applications are getting denied. So these businesses are going online, and they're trying to figure out, okay, where do I get a loan online. But the process is it's incredibly intimidating and overwhelming. You hear these horror stories about people getting into these incredibly high-priced loans. So how, as a business owner, do you do that and get into a loan you can afford and also not take hours and hours of time with doing so? And that's the problem that Fundera is trying to solve. So with our marketplace, you take one application, and with that one application, you're able to see all the possible loan products that you qualify across a various amount of lenders. And then from those loan products you qualify for, you can select the ones you want to apply for, and then with that one application, apply for all those loan products. So there's the benefit of time savings as well as understanding of cost savings, because you're able to compare your offers from various lenders. So that's Fundera. In terms of my role, a huge part and problem with the lending industry is that it's very overwhelming. People don't understand, it's not transparent, they have a hard time understanding what interest rates is versus APR, and so we're producing a lot of content that makes it accessible and understandable for these businesses, empowering them through the decision-making process. I know last week you guys talked about Stacy's 99% article, and that's an example of something we produce. We find that a large majority of our borrowers are on QuickBooks, and a lot of them are at that point where they're trying to figure out, do I move to the cloud? And so we also want to help them grow their business in a variety of other ways, and so I kind of help facilitate that.
Nice.
And right now we're also working with accountants and seeing how they can help kind of serve as an advisor through the loan preparation process and help their clients make that decision, because that's a really important relationship that they have.
Yes, and I love that piece because I think in Intuit, and particularly Brad Smith and Jill Ward realized how critical accountants were just to Intuit in general and the products that we sell, and also that whole base, a long time ago. So I think it's great that you guys are following a similar path.
Yeah.
Because they're just right in the weeds. They have the what's the proverbial finger on the pulse, if you will, of small business clients. And Don, would you not agree that if a small business client has a certified pro advisor, chances are they're going to be better than, say, if I just started it myself?
If Woody, in particular, specifically, was your pro advisor connection, you'd be in trouble. I'm just kidding, Woody. You know that.
No, that's fair.
I love your background. So, like, behind you, background. Yeah. Anyway. No, definitely. I mean, the key to, of course, the small businesses getting the loans, or it doesn't even matter. I mean, their books have to have their stuff together. And you know what? I want to make one note, because I love what Meredith said about, they have to have everything together, and it's hard. The process of loans is so complicated in most cases, which is why I love what Fundera is doing for small business, right? And that's so critical. One of the things I noted last night, I was watching The Profit, because who doesn't watch that? Honestly, hashtag Profit, like, all day, right? Who doesn't watch that? And if you notice on that show, they typically have a QuickBooks report. If you watch very closely, typically a QuickBooks report. But
yeah. I don't know. I've never seen the show. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, they do. Yeah, I have no idea. I didn't even know that was a show on TV. I've never seen the show. I don't even know what you're talking. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking Meredith.
I'll just mute myself
and can't answer. But anyway, the whole point is that she's correct. I mean, small business owners need help. They need funding, and they need purpose in what they're doing. And I've been reading a lot on your website, and people just honestly they need to check out what you guys are doing for small business, because we always say, and this is one of my things on Facebook I say all the time, America says small business supports everything that's going on, and Fundera is doing exactly that. And the traditional loan process is very complicated, very overwhelming. So I'm very excited about what Fundera is doing.
Thank you, Dawn. That means a lot.
Yeah.
So
I like it too. What Dawn said. I'm just going to say what Dawn said. What she said.
So Meredith, I have a question. The Fundera doesn't push anything back into QBO or desktop, right? It's just pulling it out, and then it's helping you figure out to get a loan or how, or if you can, right?
Correct. So currently the way our integration with QBO works is that it helps speeds up the application process. So right now it takes just a couple minutes to fill out that application, but if you integrate, obviously, you're taking that to a couple seconds. And something we're building out that I actually think is going to be a really awesome feature is if you want us to, we can monitor your books for you and let you know when we see things that could change your chances of qualifying, whether for a loan in the first place or for a better loan. Because there's a few key things that can really affect whether it's the actual interest rates you're getting or the loan products you're eligible for, the loan amounts. And so we'll basically allow someone to knock on QuickBooks monitoring, and then we'll monitor for those key factors like revenues, average bank balance, and then when we see a change that would put them into a better product or open up a product for them, we'll alert them.
Right.
Oh, that is awesome. That's almost like, so it's like thresholds or something that you guys have, and then that's awesome. Yeah, because QBO is not doing that at all on its own.
Yeah.
Now, do you hook up with the desktop product too? Or is
we
it just
don't.
Okay.
You know what? You don't need to.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
We read Stacy's article and we were like, forget about it.
My favorite was when I sent the article to Woody. I'm like, so what do you think about this article? He didn't even have it long enough to read. He emails me back immediately, and he was like, LOL at basically like the first paragraph, like 99%. For those of you who haven't read it, the article's like, why 99% of people using Pro should be on QBO. And I start the whole article by saying I have absolutely no statistics to cite for that 99%. It's completely made up. So,
do you want me to leave the show?
No, you can hang out. No, you can hang out.
I don't want to hang out.
But are you guys gonna stay with QBO, or are you gonna maybe hook to desktop, or are you just gonna stay with QBO?
I think at this point we definitely want to consider hooking up to desktop. I'm interested to see the trend, because we have so many people that are coming from other channels that our hope is we'll be able to loop them back into the QuickBooks option. Yeah. So like they come to us from another channel, but if you hook up your QuickBooks, you'll speed up your application. And if we see a large majority saying no, I don't have online, then that's definitely something we'll do to sort of fulfill the demand. But we're starting with QBO. I mean, from a developer perspective, it's easier.
Meredith, I got you.
There's no sync utility to install it. Right. Going with I agree. The syncs behind the scenes, I'm sure, is a lot easier. And all the API work we're doing is really focused on QBO anyway. So that's great. No, very exciting. And if someone were to find out the website, I'm assuming it's Fundera.com, or where do you guys want people to go to learn more about Fundera?
Yeah, absolutely. So from just like a straight small business perspective, you can go to Fundera.com. But if you are an accountant, a CPA, bookkeeper, if you go to Fundera.com/advisor, you'll also find about how we work specifically with accountants. Because that's definitely something we're really encouraging, because Don sort of touched on it, but we noticed a trend. It's when it kind of lit the bulb for us in the sense of wanting to work with accountants. The people that came through our system and were working with accountants had a much higher chance of getting funded because their books looked cleaner, their finances were in better order. And so we're really trying to forge that relationship and encourage it, because we think it'll honestly lead more small businesses to getting funding, and more importantly, getting lower cost loans in particular.
Right, and then they'll be able to grow, and it's just a win-win. Dawn?
Mm-hmm.
No,
and
I mean,
it's a nice value add to provide to your clients as well. So to be the trusted advisor and to help them.
Dawn?
Yeah, the lower cost loan, honestly, is really, I think it's very powerful. I think there's a trend moving in the banking industry that will make it even more difficult for small businesses to be able to take those loans and repay. So the fact that you're focusing on them, I think, is actually very powerful. People say, oh yeah, you can go to your local bank and get a loan. Most businesses cannot. So I think that is something that we, as, again, like Stacey said, trusted advisors, are able to provide to our clients. Just the advice. It's not that we're going to get them a loan. Like, don't fool you, right? But it's the fact that we're able to recommend and we're able to advise them in the right direction and give them the whole the whole start to finish. And you're right. I mean, you don't see, hopefully, let's just say this, you don't see negative accounts on a balance sheet when it comes from a pro-advisor. Just going to throw that out there, right? And so, you have that a little bit of reassurance. It's not necessarily the qualified opinion, but you have at least some kind of reassurance from a trusted pro-advisor who, has it together.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
I would say has their shit together, but that's inappropriate, so I won't say that.
You can say that.
I think it's great.
Did you say have their shit together?
Oh gosh.
That's
good. That's good.
I just didn't.
Dawn, how'd you like that Pats win? That was very good. But we should, at this point,
we need
Meredith, is there anything else you want to, because I would love if you could announce kind of the winner, and also what they win and for the fourth year present. Yeah.
Okay, so we're in the business of helping people get money, so I thought it was only appropriate that we give away money.
Oh, wow.
You like that?
Come on. I love that.
Oh, gosh.
So we're giving away a $100 Amex gift card. Hopefully we'll help right around the holidays with any shopping you're doing. And the winner is, do we have a drum roll? No? There we go. It's Dee Bradshaw.
Yes.
Dee Bradshaw.
Yay! So for those of you who are new, I just want to let you guys know, in order to win, all you have to do is go like our Facebook page, The QB Show. So if you go to our website, theqbshow.com, up in the top left-hand corner, you'll see a link to our Facebook page. All you have to do is go like, and what I do every Tuesday afternoon is I copy and paste, and it's really because there's no easy way to get the likers into an Excel spreadsheet. And then I ask a random person who maybe I might be texting with. I actually asked a client today that I was on the phone with, could you pick a number between 1 and 300 and whatever it was? And so they did, and when I actually got back to my office, I went and looked, and it was Dee Bradshaw. So I will let her know, and I will put her in contact with our friend Meredith. So that's awesome. I'm so excited.
Can you put me in contact with Meredith, because I would like a $100 gift certificate.
Well, so here's what I have to do with the list is I have to actually take you out, and me and Woody and like Kim Amsbaugh and Meredith. So I have to take certain people out of the list so that they're out of the running in case because if they get
Meredith, you can't win your own prize. Come on.
I wasn't told that. That's the whole reason I signed up for this.
Very good.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much. I mean,
thanks a lot, Meredith. That's
awesome.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. We appreciate your support as well. It's our pleasure, and happy birthday. 4 is big.
Yeah, 4 years. Wow.
Yeah, and we have Ariege is coming on. If you want to stick around, you can. You don't have to, Meredith. But Ariege is coming on from Intuit to talk about QBOA, the new QuickBooks Online Accountant. And I just actually looked up with the last time, and I think it's the only other time she's been on. It was almost exactly a year ago. It was December 7th, 2011. She was on to talk about payroll. So she's going to be on in a couple minutes, and you are more than welcome to stick around in case you have any questions as to how QBOA might interact with Fundera. I don't know. You're more than welcome, and she's going to come on. I am so excited, and one of the things that I want to say is we're really, really picky about, obviously we asked our sponsors that we have Avalara.com, we have UnidataIT.com, and we have T-Sheets. They're all our amazing sponsors. And they have been for a long time, and we're really, really, really picky about the products and services that we actually choose to tell our audience to check out or use or recommend to their other clients. And so I think other than Intuit, who technically is not a sponsor, you and Seth David are really, Fundera and Seth David are really the only ones besides our regular sponsors that we actually ask to participate in our birthday celebration. So you're in an elite club, Fundera. I just want to let you know.
That's awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Inner circle. Inner circle.
I like it.
Yes.
So, yeah, she's in. She's part of the web.
Now, are you guys in New York City? Is that true?
We are. We're right downtown.
Wow. So do you live in Manhattan too?
I do. I do. I'm like right by Bloomingdale's for
I
those
was
kind of
there
visitors.
last Wednesday, and I'm going Thursday morning, Meredith.
Really?
We've
Awesome.
got to hook up.
Yeah, you should come stop by the office. You would
I
love
will.
our
Wow.
I'm going to see. I'm doing a power breakfast. Well, I'm not really. I mean, I'm not doing it yet. With Mark Cuban on Thursday morning.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Derek Jeter?
Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
Are you going?
No,
Wait,
I
wait.
almost bought tickets for my boyfriend, but
Come
then
on.
it's like in the work day. You can't.
Yeah.
Some people just can't take off work.
No, but it's 9 o'clock in the morning, which is early. I was hoping it was like at 11, like a power brunch.
So is Mark Cuban? Who's Mark Cuban? I can't even.
Dallas
Jake
Mavericks.
Lowe and the
Dallas
owner of the
Mavericks.
Orlando Magic, which won a long time ago.
No,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
Orlando Magic.
Maverick.
Okay, I
Maverick.
saw him. Listen, I was at the LA accounting show a couple years ago, and I was out in Hermosa Beach with some Intuit people, and we saw him sitting at the table next to us at the bar that we were at. No,
Nice
we were
guy.
in Manhattan Beach. We were in Manhattan Beach, and so now I recognize the name because they're like, "That's Mark Cuban," and I was like, "Who is Mark Cuban? If he's a sports person, I don't know who he is."
Right.
And so now I know who you're talking about.
Well, are you guys going to be at the New York Accounting Show in May?
We aren't going to be sponsoring, but we're going to stop by.
Okay.
We're going to do a stop by. We have a tendency
Well,
to do that. at conferences.
Come say hi. I'll be in the booth. I
you
love
will?
that show. Yeah, we stay at that DoubleTree on 29th, and it's just a great area to be. It's real close to Pennsylvania Hotel, and it's probably one of my favorite shows to go to every year.
Oh, that's great. Wait, I know where it is. It's like right across from Penn Station.
Exactly, that hotel there, right? But we actually stay a few blocks. We stay a few blocks down from it,
It's right in the heat of things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, totally. It's crazy. Seeing people walk out of there is so impressive.
Are you on?
Like when people walk out of that Penn Station and and they're all just waiting to cross, and then they cross. You have just a sea of humanity. It's very impressive. I gotta
Oh,
tell you.
God. So you think it's impressive. I think it's like...
Well, yeah, right. Yeah, you're probably over it. But for me, yeah, once a year it's fun. Yeah,
You're like, it kind of is a big pain in my ass, but whatever. Impressive, pain in the ass.
I get it. There was definitely a time.
Half a dozen of the other. Same thing.
No.
So, Meredith, we'll have to hook up because I go to the city.
If you guys, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. I'm going to weep for days if Dawn gets to go meet up with you in New York, because she's also going to meet up with some of the other of my favorite people. And if she gets to do both of those, I'm going to cry 1,000
Tell her, Meredith.
weepy tears.
We'll just attack you with selfies. It'll be great.
I'm going to be
yeah.
like, oh,
Lots of selfies. What street are you on?
Office?
On-
Office, we're Broadway, between Duane and Reed. We're very close to City Hall and the Memorial. So we're down in Tribeca. And then, like I said, my apartment is right by Bloomingdale's. So if you're ever shopping, or Dylan's Candy Bar, that's another hot spot that I'm right by.
Oh, yes.
Just give me a call. I'll be ready to go.
You're going to make it happen.
No, I would love that. And even so, come to the office, meet the team. We've got an awesome group of people here. We just found out yesterday, Business Insider named us to their hottest startups in NYC list.
Nice. That is awesome.
that's a big deal.
It's a good group, and we love accountants. If I do say so myself, I'm being serious.
Love us. So we're going to hook up because I love New York City, and I'll go to Broadway all day long. Like Rock of Ages is amazing, and Mamma Mia and Wicked. I mean, I'll go to all of them. I just went to the Christmas Spectacular. I should have worn my hat.
I just went too. When did you go?
I went Wednesday.
Oh, I went Saturday. But still, it was spectacular.
I love the Santa hat. Put me over the edge, honestly. Above the ticket, the Santa hat. I was like, you know what? Worth every penny.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I love it.
that's awesome.
So.
Well, yeah, Meredith, you don't have to stick around to the end. It's up to you. I'm sure you're busy, and like you say, I don't know if you're at your apartment or at the office, but I just wanted to thank
I'm at the office. I don't keep posters of Fundera on the wall. I promise.
Why not? I feel, hello.
I don't have enough room.
It's late out there. It's 8 o'clock. Gosh, you guys are really burning the midnight oil, kind of.
Well, we're a start late, stay late kind of company.
Very cool.
But I do have to get running.
Sure.
But it was so nice to see you guys, and thank you so much for having us. And if anyone has questions, like Woody said, you can go to fundera.com. We're on Twitter at Fundera. We're very available. So thank you, and congrats to Dee. That'll be in the mail soon.
Yes, that's exciting. All right, Meredith. Well, thanks for taking the time out and helping us celebrate.
I'm coming Thursday. We'll have to talk.
Let's do it. Stacy, put us in touch.
I'm going to be in Chicago next week.
Yeah, that's not helping, honey. New York's over here. It's over here.
I know. I have so much sads. Anyway, I will talk to Meredith, and I will talk to you.
Very
and
cool.
I'll put you in touch with Dee. And thank you again for helping us celebrate our birthday. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
No problem. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Take care. So, very cool. Wanted to thank Meredith Wood and Fundera for helping us to celebrate the 4th anniversary of QB Show/RFQ. And, you know, I don't know if you guys are on Twitter, but Katie Peterson, who did a bunch of training today for the Intuit VCon, by the way, you guys can go to intuitacademy.com and still sign up. It's a 3-day event. We have some stuff tomorrow, and then the advanced cert classes are Thursday. But, you know, we had about almost 2,000 people in there today. But she has a picture of a nice, really cool-looking bottle of Pilsner Urquell and a laptop with Dawn's face from the QB Show watching it live on Twitter. It's a really neat scene. And for some reason, I heard a rumor that she's over in Prague and did the actual demo from there, which is really interesting to do that. So that's pretty cool. So that's just a fun story. I just happened to notice it on Twitter. And we want to thank Fundera and Meredith as well. So any sum-ups, guys? Because Ariege is on now. I want to bring her on. But anything you wanted to weigh in from that?
I'm ready to go. Bring her on. Awesome. I can't wait.
Well, we're very excited to have.
I just want to hug Ariege. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I love this woman. I'm just going to say, Ariege, I just want to start out by saying I went, because I couldn't find you on Twitter, right? So I couldn't find you. And so I went and I searched Twitter for your name. And what I found was a reference to you being on our show almost exactly 1 year ago. Almost 3 years ago. December 7th, 2011 is when you were on our show.
Crazy.
Yeah, right? It's so nutso. So I just thought that was so cool that it's so, we're celebrating our birthday, our first birthday, and I'm just really excited. Yeah.
Happy birthday!
I'm going to shut and let you talk.
Yeah. And thanks for that. And that was a big story because you were on only within our first year, and you were talking about Intuit Online Payroll because you came over from PayCycle.
Yeah.
But let's do a formal intro because it's been 3 years, but people kind of know your name. But if you could just kind of introduce yourself and then what you're up to these days with Intuit.
Yeah, totally. So my name is Ariege Misherghi. I'm working at Intuit. I love working at Intuit because on this project that I'm on right now, I get to work with accountants, and accountants as a customer, bookkeepers as a customer, they know exactly what they want. It makes my life so much easier. And so, and my role at Intuit is to do exactly that. It's to connect with customers, get a feel for what's happening in the industry, what are the trends, what's going on, and then kind of get those inputs and determine what it is that we're going to build next. My background's in engineering, and I really enjoy that, but my heart is with customers, and so I've really been able to do that in Intuit. They have a really kind of great balance there, which is pretty cool. So lately, I've been working on QuickBooks Online for Accountants, which has been super exciting for me. It's been an awesome, awesome journey. Mm-hmm. I've been working on it for a little over a year now. We just had our launch of the brand new offering last week, which I'm stoked about.
Yes.
And it's just, how cool is my job that, I get to come out here and chat with you guys and, I kind of get paid for it, which is pretty cool. So, yeah.
Nice. It is awesome, by the way.
Thank you.
Want to note that.
QBOA, so big deal. And on the 4th of December, we were just talking to Ariege. We figured that if you could break down some of the key enhancements. But before, the biggest question I get about QBOA, and I just did a Top 100 Firm Prezzo today on site down off the Toll Road in Dallas. Very exciting. They love QBO, and some of them are using the current version of QBOA, so they're very excited. But the question I keep getting is, when will my realm be migrated? Or do you? I know we can't give perfect ETAs.
Yeah.
And I'm just telling everybody, look, we're going to do it over the next couple of months, and there's no way for me to see when yours will be migrated. But if you could answer that, if someone asked, hey, when can I be on the new QBOA, what would you say?
Totally. So there's nothing that my team would desire more than to move everybody over and to really kind of satisfy that desire. And so we're making it like a huge priority, right? It's really what we're focused on. We know, the energy that we've gotten just by showing folks that the new offering has been really tremendous, which has been pretty cool. And so we know that that's where our customers want to be, and as a result, that's where we want to put them. So you're exactly right. Over the next couple of months, our goal is to get most of our customers onto the platform. We really want to do it as early as possible to avoid any impact on tax season and things like that. So super, super motivated to do that. We talk about it every day, many times a day. We've got teams that are literally in, we call them war rooms. They're like in conference rooms that are completely focused on kind of moving people through and that sort of thing. But of course, quality is really important to us, and data integrity is really important to us. So, and that's why we've got these teams really focused on getting it right and kind of moving people over time.
That's awesome. And I know there's like 300,000 realms, right, total or something like that?
Yeah, we've got a lot of accountants on the offering, over 200,000, which is pretty exciting to us. And we're trying to move our most active, our most beloved customers.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. If you have a hierarchy or something, that's great.
Yeah,
very cool.
We're trying to do that. Yeah.
So what can they, when they are migrated, or if someone had a new user ID and was actually holding off, let's say they went to a webinar and they're like, oh, I'm going to wait till December 4, and they signed up. And by the way, it's QuickBooks.com. QuickBooks.intuit.com/accountant. That's how I've been getting people there. It's to sign up. But what can they expect? I mean, what's new? What did you guys put in?
Oh man, yeah, there's some good stuff. I mean, there's enough in there.
Oh my God, I don't mean to interrupt, but OMG, there's so much good stuff. I have done a couple webinars, and I have to apologize to the people in the webinar for gushing about, I'm really sorry. I know that I'm gushing, but I'm really excited about all these things. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So
that makes me feel so good. And we're excited too. At the same time, I have to say, we are the first ones to say this is just the start, and there's so much more to do. So if anybody knows that, it's me. But you're right, it's a big, big jump forward from where we were, and we're totally stoked about where we've been able to go. So I'm very happy to show it to you. You guys mind?
No, please do.
Great. Perfect. All right, so I'm using a test account that I've used at some other events at QuickBooks Connect and others. It may look familiar to you guys. Hope you don't mind. But this is an account that we have on production. This is live code that I'm showing you. This isn't, a prototype or anything else. So what you're seeing is what you'd actually see when you log into QuickBooks Online Accountant. The first thing I want to point out is just we know that when people come over, it's going to be really important to them that they have an opportunity to get oriented to the product. And so we have this section here called Welcome to the New QuickBooks Online Accountant, and it really is kind of what helps you get oriented. And in this section, we have a few videos that just kind of walk you through what's new and what's different. And we've also got this awesome PDF for people who want to spend a little bit more time, not looking for that bite-sized information, but they actually want to spend time kind of going through, learning about the features. It's a PDF you could just print out, have it on the side, and you can see it's pretty detailed, right? So we're calling out the specific elements in the product, how you get to what, where, how you navigate is this first whole section. We then dive in page by page and just talk about what all that new goodness is. So if this Hangout session is too much of a blast and it's kind of too much to absorb, you have this PDF. You can always go back to it. It's accessible to you. You can learn as much as you like of it.
I have one quick question. And that is, is there a link to this where somebody can download it before, or do they have to be logged in to get it?
That is a really good point. I'm going to find out for you. I suspect that we have this on Quickipedia, which is available, externally. You don't have to be in product or anything like that to access Quickipedia. But I'll get a link for you guys, because yeah, absolutely. I mean, the goal is to get people as familiar as they're able to before we even move them over. So yeah, let me do that. So I'm going to go ahead and dismiss this section. Just know that anytime you can go ahead and go back and add it in. So you can, if you dismiss it, just to save yourself some time, you can go back and add it in at any time. One of the things that accountants have really liked about the experience has been this dashboard view. Accounting professionals really like kind of seeing across all the services that they offer the work that's necessary for them to take care of. And we do that through this concept of alerts on the dashboard. So you can see I've got all my clients here. Some of them have QuickBooks and some of them don't. So it's just a great CRM, just a great place to kind of store your client data. But in addition to that, across the services that I offer, I get a sense for the type of work that I need to do to get this client to green, to get them good. So for example, Alvarez Books, you can see that they have four changes to closed books, which we know is naughty, right? So that client must have gone in and kind of made a change to a closed period.
Naughty.
Yeah, not cool, right? So in working with accountants, we've kind of learned about what are those things that they want us to pay attention to so that we can raise the visibility of those just at the practice level before you even dive into your client's books, right?
Yeah.
We've also do that across books, payroll, and you're able to add tax to this column in this experience too. So you get a really good sense, across all the services that you offer about the things that you need to do. One of the things I really like is not only do we kind of show you that at a practice level, but you can actually dive in directly to those changes and see exactly what we're talking about, which is pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I like not having to go into the QBO file to find this stuff out. That's what you had to do before.
Yeah, exactly. So you kind of get that sense at a practice level, and then if you do want to act on it, you could just click on the link, and what we're going to do, I just went ahead and clicked on it, it's going to take you to a report that shows you in Alvarez's books, in this particular client's books, precisely what those changes were. So you now are taken directly to an audit history of just those transactions. It filters your view, and it lets you know exactly what those changes are, so you don't have to go sifting through and kind of figuring it out yourself. So it's also highly actionable, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. This is like when Harmony came out, I asked the migration team to please make sure that I was one of the last ones, just because for irony, just like, hey, I want to be one of the last ones. But this, I am like itching. Like I really can't wait. I'm very excited.
I'll be last in the hierarchy, probably.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Why do you think that?
I'm just kidding.
She's just joking.
I'm gonna find out for you, Dawn.
I love you so much. I'm totally just kidding. I want to squeeze you right now, but I can't. You're way over in that weird California thing.
The weird California thing. Thanks, I'll take it.
Man, it's 3 hours difference. You guys just started the day, for goodness sake.
It's already freaking dark outside. What's up with that?
Yeah.
I can't deal with it. I'm an early person, so I leave before it's even dark, like before the sun comes up, and 5 o'clock here, it's already dark. Like, that's frustrating for me. But anyway, that's a total sideline.
You know what? It's all good. It's okay. You guys are stronger people than we are on the East Coast. That's how I call it.
Sure.
Let's call it.
Let's hook it up to that. Cool. So we also do this across, so we talked about the book alerts. We also do it across payroll. So if there was a tax payment due or a form filing due or anything like that, you're going to get that heads up right here. And again, one click to just drill down right into the payroll and take care of it, which is pretty cool. We also offer more information in a detail view for each client. So, you got that practice view where you kind of see all your clients and all the stuff you got to do across all your clients, but you can also drill down into a specific client and just get more information. I've heard accountants really like this watch list, which just gives you a sense of the balances in the account. I mean, it's amazing to watch accounting professionals just automatically know which accounts need their attention just based on the balances.
Yeah.
So that's been super cool, and we really want to continue to enhance this. So we've heard things from customers like, current is great, but can you show me, the last quarter, or can you kind of show me what the delta is compared to last year, just so I can see the difference, and maybe even if there's a 20% difference, you could just let me know as another alert. And so there are lots and lots of rich ideas that are coming in around like how to enhance this and make it even more useful.
I love it.
Cool.
So I plan, just
yeah,
so you know,
please.
I plan on kind of using this almost, like for right now, we use basically Google Doc as our CRM, and I kind of plan on using the client list because you can add clients that are not even using any any product.
Yeah,
So you can, and so I'm actually going to kind of use this as a CRM, and I have like a system that I'm going to try out, and then I'm going to write a blog article and see if it works. But we're going to, because that way we'll be able to correspond with this potential lead or this prospect and ask them for information directly within the product, and my whole team will be able to do it one place rather than having to go back and forth with email. So I'm kind of going to use, I'm really excited about this because I think it's going to completely change the way that my team actually works together, and that's what I'm
awesome.
super jacked up about. Can't wait.
Rock on. Yeah, and I'll show that experience when you add a client, just to kind of give folks a sense for what that is. So, you know, we've got our basic contact information, and we're separating that completely from the QuickBooks product section. So you can go ahead and add your client information without even adding QuickBooks. That's totally cool. And as you mentioned, you know, Stacey, that they just appear on your client list, and you can collaborate with them and ask for stuff and send them stuff, and all that stuff still works, you know, even if they're not using QuickBooks. And if I was adding them on QuickBooks, just a reminder that our wholesale offer is pretty sweet. I mean, we've got 50% off of QuickBooks. It's the best offer that we give, period, and it's only for accounting professionals, and it's in perpetuity. It's for the life of the account, whereas all other offers that we provide to small businesses directly are for the course of just a year at most. Like, that's our promotion period. So it's a pretty sweet deal. So, you know, if you do want to add QuickBooks, that's an option, but it's certainly not necessary. Yeah. So Stacey, you alluded to the ability to kind of send stuff over to clients and receive stuff from clients and your experiment. I'd love to learn more about how you plan to do that. I imagine you're talking about the request experience in the product?
I am exactly talking about the request experience, which I'm very, very, very excited about.
Cool.
I just want to say that.
Right on. So yeah, let me dive in and just show folks how that works. So if I'm in a specific client, again, whether or not they're using QuickBooks, I've got this request tab. I can actually go ahead and create a new request, and effectively, you know, what we've learned from customers is just tracking all the stuff from clients coming in and knowing what you asked for from your clients, knowing what you received and what you're waiting on is a huge pain. Like, you've just got to kind of, you know, a lot of accountants just use their inbox or their sent mail as the way to track what they asked for. It's just difficult to keep track of everything. So what you can do is you can effectively just go, you know, you dive into a specific client, you can choose which member of that small business, or even if it's an individual, if you're just adding them to your client list and you know, support a bunch of individuals, that's cool too. So just who within that account you're trying to reach. A due date is optional. But what happens here is you can go ahead and just say, hey, you know, I need a few things from you. The left-hand side you're filling out, and on the right-hand side it just gives you a sense for what that email is going to look like that's going to be posted to the client's account, which is pretty cool. So, you know, just get a sense for kind of what that message looks like. So you could say, you know, let's just assume I'm dealing with a month end. I've got to reconcile books. You can say, hi, Barry. A few things I need from you before I can reconcile. And you.
Just a few things.
Yeah.
A huge list. And could you, like, bank statements and...
Yeah, totally. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love that.
Right. Right. So you can go ahead and just be like, hey, you know, Bank of America statement ending, you know, 9/30. Let's go ahead and just assume the other one is Wells Fargo, etc. And as you can see, like on the right, you get a sense for like, hey, what is it that I'm actually sending? They can kind of see that. We've also got tons and tons of feedback on how to make this even better. So some ideas that we have are things like, well, hey, you know, for this exact use case, what if we started with a chart of accounts? And what if you could choose off the chart of accounts which accounts it is that you wanted to provide statements for? It saves you a lot of typing, right? And maybe we can make this recurring. And we know that obviously you need this every month. And so, you know, we just kind of automatically update those dates and things like this ongoing. So we've got tons and tons of ideas, most of them coming from our customers, about how to make this even more useful, which is pretty cool.
I agree.
The other thing yeah, some of that feedback came directly from you, my dear. So I'm sure it's exciting to hear us kind of echo that back, so you know we're listening, right?
Exactly. Oh, somebody is complaining on Twitter about doesn't work for a contractor. Laura Chapman, my dear, I disagree with you. There are some apps in the App Center. We can make it work. I can make QBO work for almost anything. I'm just going to say.
Right on.
Okay, sorry.
No worries at all. The other thing I want to point out here is you've got this little Box logo in the bottom right-hand corner. We've actually partnered with Box to provide this. So if you're attaching files and sending them to your clients, or if they're responding with attachments, we're actually creating a free Box account for you and storing those docs in Box. And so that means you have offline access too. Like if you sync Box with your desktop, you have all that offline access to those documents as well. And we're going to organize them for you nice and neat in that folder so you can always see things. So pretty cool that we're integrating with Box. They're also 7216 compliant, and that was really deliberate for us to engage with a partner that was compliant. So yeah, that's some additional thought that's put into this.
Yes, I love.
Cool.
Sorry, I have to deal with this. I have to let her know about the apps that work with contractors right now, so I'm gonna be offline for just a few moments.
Sure, yeah.
I'm going to remain quiet.
Okay, no worries.
I want Ariege to just go for it, sister.
Going? All right, let's rock. All right, right on. It's show's on, guys. Here we go. So here we go in the request section. Once you send that request, you can always see, like, what are all the things I've asked for. All of these items are open. If I scroll down, I can see, oh, I actually got a credit card statement back for this request. You can click on it to view it. What we've heard from our customers is that, you know, you can ask for something. It doesn't necessarily mean your client's going to send you whatever it is that you asked for. So you also have the option to reopen the request so that your client can upload that right thing. You can message them, you know, just to let them know, you know, what it is that you need and that sort of thing. So it's a good kind of back and forth communication mechanism, which we learned is necessary in order for this to actually meet our customers' needs. We also know that people get stuff. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
That's awesome. I was wondering if you could click on that credit card statement and show it. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, totally.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so there's... You knew that was coming, man.
Oh, so cute. Look at her.
I'm sliding her in everywhere.
Wait,
Sorry.
that's gonna get some hair.
I love
Poor
that.
kid ever gonna have hair.
Oh, those cheeks. I love that.
Sorry about that, but yeah, I had to do it.
That was awesome. That was awesome. You set me up for that, totally. Right, so you could also say, like, if you get stuff out of band, if somebody faxed something to you or whatever, and you'd like this to be your source of truth, you can also go ahead and upload a document or just say, you know what, I'm not going to upload it, but I know I got it, so I'm going to mark it as complete. So all those things are options too. And I'm just going to pause there because I am ridiculously curious. Whose baby is that?
That's Woody's baby.
Mine.
Oh, get
Definitely
out! That
myself.
is yours?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's adorable. I totally thought
Abby
you just
is, Abby now has 11. She's now over 11 months. She's starting to try to walk, and she does have hair done. It's starting to grow, but that's from like 9 months or something.
Okay.
Oh,
It's funny.
that's crazy cute. I can't handle it.
She
I
has some
totally
very
thought
funny.
you Googled this.
She has some really funny expressions, and I use her a lot to enforce my QBO posts on Twitter. All her
Nice.
different facial expressions.
She's made a
But,
couple of governmental decisions. She's starting to move towards her role and teaching the world. And so, you know why? Because she's wearing it right on her sleeve.
Right on.
Tells it how it is, man.
She's funny.
That was gross, Daddy. Like she's
Yeah.
And she's always very, very concerned about what's happening. Which
There's
is
a lot of
my favorite.
concern.
She
Yeah,
always
yeah.
is
Probably wise of her.
slightly
really
worried about what everybody is doing around her, which
Yep.
is awesome.
Yeah, sounds like you could learn a lot from her, Woody.
Yes,
Yes.
we are. We are
Right
learning
on.
tons. Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. Cool. So just a couple quick things that I'll show you. I know I'm taking up a lot of your time, guys. I really
You
appreciate
can
it.
have it all.
Nope, you can
Oh,
have
right
all
on,
the time
I'll
you
take it.
need.
Got the stage, sister.
Excellent. Excellent. Check me out. Cool. So we've also got this team section, and what we heard a lot from again, what we heard a lot from our customers is that, QuickBooks Online is fine, but when you start getting to a practice level and you start talking about supporting groups of accounting professionals, you really got to start segmenting that data so that not all the data is available to everybody, especially, you hire seasonal help and that sort of thing. You don't want them to have access to your entire client base. So what we're doing is we're introducing a way to provide permissions at a client-by-client level. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a firm member. And the first thing we're going to ask you is, hey, Kate, got it. We'll add that firm member. How, to what degree do you want them to have access to your own firm's books? We give you a free copy of QuickBooks Online to accounting professionals just so you can get familiar with it, start using it for your own firm if you're interested. We also give you payroll for free. But that doesn't mean you want everybody in your firm to have access to that. So you can choose, for your own firm's books, we default that to no. You have to deliberately say, oh, no, I do want this person to have access to my firm books. And then also just firm administration, like, is it okay for them to see employees and users? Can they add additional people? Can they modify your credit card information and that sort of thing? So you've got pretty kind of granular control over what they could do there. And then what I'm really excited about is you also see a list of your clients, and you can choose, kind of pick and choose, which of these clients does this person have access to.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then when they log in, their client list is totally customized. They won't even see Heart and Hardware. They'll only see the clients that they have access to. That includes their documents, that includes their books and their payroll. I mean, everything associated with the account, which is pretty cool.
That's right on. And this was an obstacle for some larger firms, and now they're so psyched about this, Ariege. Like I say, when I was presenting today and showing this, they were really excited about that.
Right on, right on. And then we've also got ProAdvisor in here. There have been some cool changes to ProAdvisor. So, if you've got a Diamond member in the firm, other people in the firm have access to those Diamond benefits. And so there's kind of like a firm level ProAdvisor status as well as individual, and all of that is accessible here. If you're not a ProAdvisor, that's cool. You still have access to trainings and certifications and discounts. In fact, it's free to become a ProAdvisor. So you can use this as your access point for all those trainings that come in that you get from the ProAdvisor portal, which is pretty cool.
Small question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you say small question?
Small question. Small. Don't say quick, because there's no such thing.
No, I know. There's short ones.
Or I can say a question.
A question. Let's have it. What do you got?
So for those of us who are desktop people, it's totally okay. It's not like swearing. It's just we're just people. So they say we can get to the ProAdvisor through here, right? So
yeah.
is that just that ProAdvisor part just related to QBO, or what about how do we go through the normal ProAdvisor to get to our desktop stuff?
For a certain amount of time.
I'm talking to Ariege.
Sorry, I'll just shut up. I'm just going to sit back and shut up. Okay. I'll just hang out here.
By the way, this is normal.
Yeah.
Totally normal. Don't be freaked out.
Yeah, almost every week, Dawn tells me basically to just sit down and shut up. And that's what we do.
I'm asking Ariege. So what happens, honestly, with the desktop people? Tell me more about that.
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, my impression was that this is where you'd go for all your ProAdvisor benefits, regardless of if you were desktop or online. But Woody may actually know more about that. Woody, do you know?
Well, so
I do.
When you log in and connect to your account, Dawn, you would see all your desktop products, discount, access certifications that way too. We are going to leave the ProAdvisor site as it is up through at least through the summer, I hear, but
right.
Then I believe it's going to be totally accessed from QBOA. So even if you don't have, right now when I go in and I link to my QB Clay, which is my username for the ProAdvisor I've had, I have all the software I can download for me.
Don't give your password out.
No. I'm just saying that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fact, you get this extra tab here that would say software, don't you?
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
just
I'm not,
honestly,
yeah, I'm
there's
not sure. It is. There is a software tab. I'm just not sure where. I don't remember where it is, but I've seen it and I saw it this
I've
morning.
seen it.
So.
I know it exists. I've seen it. It's not like Bigfoot. It really does exist. I have seen
Yeah.
it. I can prove that it
Oh,
exists.
totally. And I think it's just because I'm a silver member, I don't have, I'm not a Desktop Pro advisor here, and so that's
Ariege,
why.
you got to get that together, buddy. I can help you.
Rock on, let's do it, man. I'm down.
I can train you. No, I just honestly, there are tons of listeners who still do desktop and also do QBO. So there's a combo.
Like
sure.
me, I will say, like me, I also have.
No.
Yeah, I have desktop clients, and I just passed my desktop certification exam, recertification exam. It took me 2 tries, I'm not going to lie, even though I did beta test. I'm going to blame it on the fact that I did it Saturday morning before coffee, or Sunday morning before coffee, but
No.
probably not.
No, honestly though, it's really important for people who are looking, because they're thinking, everyone thinks, if they go into QBOA, that they're going to get all their stuff, and eventually that's the plan.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure people are aware of that. It's really important.
Well, and the thing is, you don't have to have just QBO clients to use QBOA. You can put your desktop clients in. The thing is, you just won't have a direct link to their file like you do in QBO. And like I was saying, I'm going to list all my clients in the new QBOA, and I'm actually I have a plan, and I'm not going to divulge it yet because I don't know if it's going to work, and I'll let everybody know I'm going to do a blog article. So once I get migrated, I'll let you know if my plan works or not. It might be just a big pile of shit and not work at all, and I'll write about that. But I plan on using the new QBOA basically kind of as our CRM. And basically a way to, there's a cat, so Ariege, you're back to the show. When you see a cat, if you have a cocktail, you should take a drink. And I know that you're still at work, so you can't, and I'm sorry. But so anybody who's listening or watching, there was a cat left over, just walked behind me. But I plan on using it as a CRM, and if the lead doesn't pan out, and the prospect doesn't turn into an actual client, I can just make them inactive. And that's the great thing about QBOA is I can have a list that's a jillion things long. I'm never going to reach a list limit, and if down the road I reach out to that client, because a lot of times a client may not work out the first time, but they might come back, or I may see something that will work out for them, and I'll reach out and kind of make contact again, and they do end up coming in as a client. I can make them active again and create, and so I'm going to try and use that kind of as my CRM, because we don't really need a full-blown CRM at Kildall Services. Sure. We just need a way to track maybe the 5 or 10 that we have in the pipeline that are possible, that are leads or prospects at any given point. So, and they don't have to. And that's the great thing. I can put them in my client list. I can correspond back and forth with them if I need to via the request feature, and they don't even have to be on any version of QuickBooks.
Right. Correct. And I love that piece. Dawn?
I just have a question from our chat room, i.e. Twitter feed. Enrolls in QBOA. So right now you can just give general permissions to one of your firm users.
Yep.
So in the future, of course the answer is yes, Ariege, I already know, but I want to hear it from you.
Okay.
Eventually, the whole goal is that there will be larger user permissions, and compared to QuickBooks Pro, as Stacy referred to a little bit earlier, they don't have to be excessive at this point. They can just be like where you can say, okay, you can't add or delete, or you can't delete, or certain permissions, and those are coming, and that's one of the questions that someone's been asking, and it's a great question.
Yeah, it is a good question. Yeah, there are lots of things that we hear about with regard to permission. Some of the things that we hear are, hey, it's great to have client-by-client level permissions, but I want app-level permissions. I want to be able to say you have access to books but not payroll, or tax but not books, or whatever it is.
Right.
Trying to segment things in that way. So we've definitely heard that. And then we've also heard, as you described, like just more granular permissions within bookkeeping. And yeah, those are two things that are definitely on the radar, and they're projects that we have people working on.
Which I love, and that's the message I really wanted people to hear.
Exciting.
that you guys listen, and I know Stacy, of course, gives a lot of feedback because she's very bossy.
Oh, you're the one who just said no. I don't do desktop 4 times.
I did want to.
You're not the boss of me, Don Brolin. I'm the boss of me.
I did want to circle back with Ariege because I know it's 5:30 out where she is, and we're going over. That's fine. And Ariege, please feel free to keep going as long as you want. There's no cutoff at the bottom of the hour, what have you. But I know that you guys are real busy with migration and stuff. So, but this is really cool stuff. It's very exciting. I love the fact that I can hover over the QB icon on that dashboard and it shows me what SKU the QBO client's on and who last logged in. I mean, even little things like that I think is exciting too and impactful. But is there something else, Ariege, that's just really, you really wanted to dive into because you just got to show it?
Yeah, sure. So one of the things that's so small that I am really excited about it is the client switcher. So all your clients who are in QuickBooks Online, you can just dive from your practice level down to your client level just directly through that client switcher. And so, if you're getting kind of a call from one client, you're working on another, it's just a really quick way to go back and forth. And then in addition to that, we also have your accountant tools that are organized for you. And this is a ton of feedback that we heard after we released Harmony. Our kind of new design experience was that, accountants wanted a place where the things that they go to most often are just organized. And so, you can use that client switcher to hop from one client to another. And then, you always have your accountant tools that kind of follow you from client to client. Just makes it that much easier to access some of the things that you do most often. So those are a couple of the small things that I get really excited about.
So, and I want to say one of the things that I love is what I call the Spinny Plus, which is the Quick Create button. It's one of my favorite things about the new QBO, and not because it makes my life any better. Well, it does make my life better. It doesn't help me work fast. I mean, it makes me happy just watching it spin.
Yeah. Hey, Don,
so
how about this? Wait. I bet, Don, how about sometimes Stacy is drinking like a little glass of red wine, hanging out.
There's a cat.
Not doing anything, but just hanging out, clicking that Spinny Plus thing over and over again for like 10 minutes in a row. Just thinking. How much you want to bet?
I think she does. I'll give you all my money. Wait a minute. I got it.
I just click on the Spinny Plus and just click. I will admit I do when I'm on the phone with a client, if I'm on the phone with a client, which is very rarely, and I have QBO open, I will click and click and click and click. I'm not gonna lie about that. I'm gonna admit to that. So I love that. But I love the fact that when you're in your practice, so if you see over on the left nav bar over there, she's in the practice aspect of QBOA, and so that Quick Create button does different things when you're there than if you're down in the Your Books part of it. So when you're in your practice, the Quick Create button does a new client, a new request, new team member, but when you're in your books, it works like the regular QBO Quick Create, or the technical term Spinny Plus.
Question.
Yes, I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Will there be a connection? Thank you, Judge Judy. Will there be a connection between QBOA and IOP?
That is such a good question. That was one of those things that we heard a lot at QuickBooks Connect too. All the people who are using IOP for A especially and are really enjoying it are coming up to us and saying, when is this going to be the place where I go to manage my payroll clients? Totally something we've heard, and it's on the radar too. So yeah, we're working. I actually came from the payroll team, so I have a ton of passion around that.
Yeah, that's right. See, and Ariege she has the same level of passion that I remember from 3 years ago. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I do. I know
wow.
Payroll, not so much fun, but for me, it's really interesting. Like, I love payroll. So,
you ran for your life. I get that, because payroll is brutal. Let's be honest about it. Payroll is brutal.
It's tough, but that's, like, I'm the type of person who likes bringing order to chaos. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, so like entering that chaotic world.
And I'm so glad that you are running the QBOA show.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
That bandwagon, because I think that there's a lot of order here, and and it's your team too. I mean, Spencer is hilarious. He's done a lot of great work, and you got Issy and all your folks there. You guys have been working real hard, and I wish this had been version 1. I just think it's really sweet. It makes a lot of sense to me.
Thank you. Yes, and more things to come. Onward and upward, guys.
Yeah, I bet.
That's awesome.
So, Ariege, thanks for taking the time out to come along. Any parting words, for the audience regarding QBOA?
Bring me back. I love being here, guys. Anytime, bring me back. And I would just say to the audience, like, if there are things that you need, like, please reach out. There's a feedback. Actually, I'm just going to share my screen one more time. Sorry, guys.
Please,
No,
yes.
all day. We can stay. We have technically until 10 o'clock Eastern time. Oh, there I am again. Because that's when Hangouts goes under maintenance. So we can do this for another hour and 21 minutes if anybody wants. I mean, I don't got anything to do.
Or just a couple more. Or just a couple.
Or just a couple more.
or just a couple more. Not an hour.
I just want to call out a couple things. The first is, if you ever get a survey from us, I read every single comment obsessively, and so does my team. I'm not the only person who does that. Yeah, and also in this gears icon here, you'll notice there's a section called feedback. We go through that feedback. I mean, it determines what we do next. So if you ever have anything that you want us to pay attention to, this is where you go. Please take our surveys. We really care. Please provide us with feedback. I mean, you set the direction for what we do next.
Awesome.
Question.
Awesome.
Great.
Go for it.
My daughter is 16, and she always says that to you. She's like, Mommy, question.
Wait, I just want to say that I love the fact that she's 16 and she still says Mommy. I love
that is
that.
adorable. That is really sweet.
That's awesome.
Don't get me started. You're trying to sidetrack me now, Kildall.
No, I'm just saying that at 16, most of the time for me it was mother in a really like snippy, shitty 16-year-old, like I know more than you do tone of voice, and so I love that she still calls you Mommy.
There's
my kids
influence.
call me,
There's always influence.
yeah,
So there's that. Don't worry about that. Don't be frightened.
My kids have always called me Mama, so I hope that they don't call me Mommy, they call me Mama, and so I hope that when they're 16, they're still like, Mama, question.
Yep.
Why are you insane? I hope that's not the question, but I'm just using that as an example. Anyway, I'll allow this question again, Don Brolin.
Okay, thank you, Judge Judy. So IOP coming into QBOA, good stuff. So the question is, when will pro advisors? This is Ariege. You do not have to answer this. You
Okay.
Yes, and it's totally cool, and we're fine with it.
Okay, let's hear it.
This is good. Good for your team because I know they're watching.
Yeah.
When will the pro advisors have free payroll processing on IOP for A that links with QBOA?
Fascinating.
Like in the future.
Yeah.
Like, it's not in the next 2-month plan.
Yeah.
But in the future. So that's a feedback and something that people want.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Cool. Hey, it's recording. This is recording, so you can look back. It's totally fine. Look how cute she is. Oh my goodness, honestly.
I know, right?
Well, she is.
I wish I had a dimple.
Well, you know what? You're adorable the way you are.
Why, thank you.
Smart and filled with information. So we have. Can we just have her back again soon?
Yeah, I will have her on soon. I will make sure we get
Next
on
major
soon.
change.
I love questions.
Yeah, let's do that. Or whenever Ariege wants to come on, that's fine. But I'm sure because how we're enhancing just QBO, I'm assuming that QBO will have a lot of cool stuff. Even this year, right? So.
And you know what? Honestly, like QBO changes so quickly.
Yeah.
And on demand of sorts, like it updates different than release numbers and stuff. So I know that we have the documents that people read. So for people like me, not a big reader, to be totally honest. So I would rather have people on, like Ariege, of course, you every week. So just get that calendar.
every week. We're gonna Ariege every week. Just
be that like
you got nothing else to do.
Update, kind of like like to have those on different shows.
Yeah.
Just a quick 5-minute hit, and then she's out.
Yeah.
I love talking about the work we're doing, so I'm down. I mean, when we have launches each month, I'd totally be down. Either me or you guys can connect also with other members of my team. I mean,
Sure, that'd be cool.
Yeah, let's figure it out.
Let's
I
do
think
that.
that would be actually very critical during the growth of this process, the growth of the process. That's what I'm going to call it. But as things are moving forward, it's happening so quickly that sometimes people miss it, honestly. People are missing some of the information. And, you can rotate out. You can tag out. You can totally tag out.
We can have Fiddy Spence. We can have Fiddy on.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Fiddy
Yeah.
Spence. We can have him come on.
Just saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway.
That's awesome.
We can have Bridget. We can have anybody out. We can have the whole freaking
Bridget would
team
be fun
come
to have
on.
on. That'd be
Totally
cool.
do like a demo.
Yeah, for
Whatever.
sure.
You know what? I tell you, I'm going to say this, Don Brolin. You tell me what you want, and I'll make it happen.
I know stuff. I just don't.
You know it'd be really fun? It'd be really fun? We should have a special where Ariege and Kevin Kern are on.
Sure, yeah, totally.
All
They
right,
just
well,
have them do the show, and then we'll just sit back like,
You'll just mute.
Hey, Kern and Ariege in the house.
Super helpful, though. Super helpful and
Ariege,
informative.
thanks for coming on tonight
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
spending your rest of your day. I know it's getting towards dinner time and stuff, and it's dark out there, but thanks for showing us this QBOA. It's great from the source. I mean, that's so exciting. I think that was a really good
I had
spot.
fun,
People are going
guys.
to enjoy that.
Really
Thanks
awesome.
for having me.
Okay, very cool.
Okay,
Thank you,
bye.
Ariege.
Have a good one. We'll see you around.
That's awesome.
Okay, rock on. Take care, guys.
Super
Bye.
helpful, man. I'm telling you right now, Woody.
So
No,
Dawn, I did want to tell you that
don't
I
wait.
do a short video on every QBO release at the end of every month or the beginning of the next month. It's on
And you
YouTube.
said
It's on
the
our
link-
QB Show YouTube channel. You could watch it. You don't have to read it. You can watch it.
Link, bud. I'll keep it in my inbox until I watch it.
All right.
That's the only way it's going to be happening.
All right. Well,
But I love it.
all right, guys. Any parting words to wrap up? Because we're way over, and Abby's screaming. I got to go help out.
You can go. Dawn and I will finish up. We'll talk to you
Awesome.
later. Brolin and I will finish.
Thanks.
I love you, man.
No,
Bye,
you guys are
guys.
awesome. See you next week.
See you guys. And Brolin and I will just sign off, and we'll,
Wait, I want to just say one thing about my little escapade, my conversation with a new client yesterday.
Okay, go for it. It's
think
just,
people
you know
wanna be
what?
around for
This
this.
is like, at this point, this is QB show for two. I think it's just me and you just chatting and talking, so let's go.
Yeah,
Because I also have to finish up and talk about what's happening next week. So you talk about your client, and then it's just us.
well, yeah. So Powerful Accounting is just kicking it back. We're killing it. We're killing it right now. We are all over it. We're animals. It's really great. So we had a new client. I had a new client call yesterday, which was super fun. I had a few of them. It was good times. And she said to me, "We're going through. What are you doing now? How's everything going?" And so I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't really care what
Okay.
anyone thinks, honestly.
Do it. What
And
else?
so she goes, "What?" I said, "So what are you doing now for your books? Kind of where are you at?" And she's like, "Well, I'm on zero."
Uh-oh. You
And
said,
I said, "Well,
you said the Z word.
I did." And I said, "You know
I'm
what?"
going to say, I think that's the first time one of us three has ever spoken that word on this show.
And you know what? You can judge me all day long. I don't care. I mean, I care because I love people. But the thing is, for me, for Powerful Accounting, Dawn Brolin's life, and all that, I said to her, I said, "Listen, here's the thing. I only support QuickBooks because I can only, listen, I can only be an expert at certain things, and that's what I'm an expert at. And I truly believe in the product. So you either switch to QuickBooks, or I can certainly refer you to someone. I don't know who I would refer you to, but I probably could. But I cannot work with you unless you're in QuickBooks." And she said, "I will do whatever it takes to work with you," which I think I have her fooled totally. No, I don't really.
There's no fooling.
But-
What are you talking about? You have her
Well,
fooled. You've
yeah.
got her on the right path. You've got her on the right.
Work with me.
Okay.
So anyway, it was actually a kind of, there's those moments in your business where you're like, you know what? I work with QuickBooks. That's it. That's all. And it's not about anything other than that's what I'm good at. And it's probably the only thing that I feel really good about, right? Especially the desktop.
Yeah.
And so
Is she gonna
Anyway.
be on QB? Is she going from 0 to QuickBooks Desktop, or are you putting her from? Oh, I just said it. Oh, damn it. But
okay.
anyway, is she going from Yeah, it's okay. I'm okay. It hurt.
I'm not
It
gonna say
hurt me a
anything
little
about
bit inside.
You know what?
So
I'm
is
not
she
starting
going
that.
from an online? Now I'm just gonna ask. Is she going? Oh, there's a cat right behind me, right above my head. If they're, is she going from that other online solution to QuickBooks Online, or are you converting her to desktop?
Your cat is having a bath. So
They
that's
all,
what I'm gonna say
that's
about
what they do. Oh, so you're putting her on desktop. That's cool. It's cool.
I'm gonna put her on whatever the right solution is for her.
Good answer, Dawn.
But I'm
Bro.
not sure yet. Because there has not been enough discovery for me to make that determination.
You have not done a full needs analysis. Is that what you're telling me?
And I'm not doing it.
Okay.
I already emailed Ann and said, Ann, let's get to it, sister, who's adorable, by the way. Anyway.
Yeah, I agree. So I just want to talk very quickly. I want to speak about the show next week. So we have had some amazing people on. We had Seth David. He gave away a year subscription to School of Bookkeeping a couple weeks ago. We gave away a little prize. Oh, there goes the cat. And that's the kitten. And then last week we had our friends at T-Sheets. This week we had Fundera and Intuit, and next week we actually have our long time, actually our first sponsor, Unidata IT. They do QuickBooks hosting. They're going to come on, and I actually know what they're giving away. I'm not going to say it though, and I'm also going to post a link to a website where they are going to give away shirts. So anybody can use this link. It'll be on our website, right on our homepage. I'll post it to our Facebook page and Twitter and everything. You can actually follow this link and you can get a free Unidata t-shirt, and they are going to give them away while supplies last. I have no idea how many they have. But they're also giving away an actual something, and I know what it is, but I'm just not going to say. You're going to have to tune in next week. Next week.
No.
Yeah, and I will be in Chicago for the show next week. And then the week after that, we have Avalera, and we have our big birthday present coming the last Tuesday in December, and Chris Repetto from Intuit is going to be on to give that away. I want you guys to make sure that you like our Facebook page, go to theqbshow.com, or you can go to radiofreeqb.com, and you can just click the link to our Facebook page, and my cat's going absolutely insane. And you are automatically entered to win. And we randomly pick the winner of our birthday present every week, where I have a list in Excel of all of the people who have liked our Facebook page. And then I ask just somebody random on Tuesday afternoon just to pick a number, and that's who wins. And so I want to thank absolutely everybody who was in the chat. You can always check out what was happening live in the chat on Twitter. We do a live Twitter chat. If you go to our website and go to the live page, you can watch us live and participate in the chat right there, and the hashtag is QBShowLive. So I want to thank everybody for tonight. We had awesome people. It was a very international episode because we had Shane McFarlane. I have no idea where he actually is right now. I know he's from Australia. He may be in Australia. I don't really know. And Katie Peterson, who is another pro advisor. She's actually in Prague. For personal, I'm just going to say she's there for a thing, is what she told me. And I don't really care what that thing is. It might be personal, it might be business, I don't care. She's having a good time, and I want to thank her for, I don't know, she's there for personal and business, and she's, you know.
Who is it?
That's what I'm saying. And so she was awesome, and I just want to give a shout out to Shane and Katie and Eileen Sass and everybody all the people that I'm missing, Kelsey from T-Sheets, everybody that was on the Twitter chat or the Twitter feed today, and thank you. And so we'll let you go because this was a really long show, and I'm going to say keep your show out. See you next week.
Okay.
Cool?
Cool.
Peace out.
Out.
Throw away thumb drives, no attachments. Get the files anywhere when you're permitted access. What's the matter? Frustrated with the hassle? Jump up in the cloud and join us in the castle.
High up in the clouds and